Hey, yo, it's me, Pops Van Marmalade, and you're watching the Comics-Related Madness Network. Huh? So come get some. CromCon. CromCon.
The Madness Comic Network would like to welcome our newest sponsor, London Gothic, to the fold.
Oh, you there, Pops?
I'm here. Good morning, Dan. Welcome back, man.
Morning, man. Morning. How's it going?
Well, I'm kind of on a high from yesterday. We had Chuck Dixon on Lori's show in the morning, and we had Margene Holden on the Horror Club show at night, and they're probably two of the best shows that we've had on the network. They were both super fun, fun to watch, fun to be part of, and can't thank Lori and Chuck and Brian and Matt and Sim and Margene and everybody enough, because it was a great day yesterday. It really
Cool,
was.
man. Cool. Sounds good.
So I'm just glad to have you back, up and running with a computer that works. And
I'm glad to be back, man. Yeah, it was rough when that computer went down, man. You know, you just be really surprised at how dependent you are
on
a good computer.
Oh my God, yes. I don't even know what I ran when mine went down, or I knew it was going down. I heard it grinding. And I started telling everybody, man, this thing's about to dump on me. And I set up a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
And I got enough money to get that $500 refurbished computer. And I jumped on it because I knew that thing wasn't going to last another day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I get the new one. I plug it in. I hook it all up. And then I go, okay, I'm going to go snag my files off the old one real quick. It never turned back on, Dan.
Oh, my God.
So everything that was on that I lost. I was starting all over from scratch, but you know.
Well, that's kind of what happened with my old computer too. Of course, you know, I've been using the same computer for about the past 10 or 12 years, you know.
Yeah, me too. That was the one I've been using for the last decade. And it was
yeah. So a lot of artwork has gone through that computer. A lot of artwork, a lot of animation work, a lot of TV. You know, I've made TV shows on that freaking computer. You know what I mean? So it's been a workhorse all these years. And then, and then for it to just finally go out like that, you know, I mean, I was lucky at least that I always have an external drive that I work with, that I save everything to. So when the computer went down, I didn't lose everything. I did lose a few things that I didn't move over in time, but, you know, at least I was lucky that I didn't lose everything.
I was starting all over. It's like most of my stuff is like here in the StreamYard. So I didn't lose like all the videos and stuff that I've uploaded to the studios and stuff like that. But I didn't have my computer to replace them, or, you know, I mean, they were gone from my computer. They were just everything was still in my StreamYard studio. So I was okay on that end. and that's mostly what we do is the shows and so I jumped that hurdle pretty easily. Redid what we had to redo, got things rolling again. But yeah, man, it's like going through that period of having nothing, and you look at that phone and you go, man, this thing just don't do what I need it to do.
Right, exactly. I mean, the phone is good. It's got, I mean, but you can't really do a show through a phone and stuff. I mean, I don't think I can. Maybe you can. I don't know, but
I've done an appearance on somebody else's show using my phone for
yeah,
like one show or something to
yeah.
rely on running a show or a art stream with your phone. Yeah, that's shit. You know,
Yeah.
I think Rich uses his phone and Q uses his phone. They have those tripods or arms that they hang it up above them, and it.
Well, that's how I use my phone to show myself drawing.
Right.
Is I have my phone as my camera at that point. It's over the top of my shoulder or over the top of my drawing pad. Or whatever I'm drawing. See, I don't even have that set up right now. This computer is so new that I don't. I tried setting everything up even last night and this morning, and I use OBS Studio, so that's what I like to use. Yeah, I'm very comfortable with it. I've been using it for years and years. So I have all my bells and whistles hooked up through OBS Studio and everything. But then,
oh man, I look like
I wasn't. For some reason, yeah.
You can tell I've been sick for a week, huh? I look like shit, bro. I'll go back behind that. It's okay. He's cuter than I am. What can I tell you?
But for some reason, when I tried to hook OBS into StreamYard this morning, it just didn't want to cooperate. So it said I had no camera. Even the virtual camera didn't work correctly and everything. So I had to go back in there and try to reset that up. So that's why I won't be drawing or anything this morning. Really, we can talk, and I can bullshit about how pissed off I am about AI art and shit like that.
Oh, dude, don't get me started. Don't get me started,
dude. Don't get me started.
Look. If you have one of them stupid apps and you're feeding your own crap into it, fine. But if you're teaching it on somebody else's art, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, you know what? Even if you're feeding your own stuff into it, I mean, that's bullshit too. I've seen kids on some of these other amateur comic book artists group on Facebook and some of those other groups like that I'm on, and I saw one yesterday. Is like. I want to make comic books, but I can't draw real well. So I think I'm going to start using AI art to make my artwork better. And I'm like, just freaking the best tools that you can use, kid, is a freaking pen or a pencil and some paper, and sit your ass down and start drawing and drawing and drawing. These people think that we're born knowing how to draw everything or something. You know what I mean? And that's not how art works. Art works by people wanting to spend the time to sit down and learn
and get better
how to draw. The thing is, we don't come out of the womb with all this knowledge in our minds, you know what I mean, and the ability in our hands. I mean, people often ask me when I started drawing, and I usually tell them about the same time you did. Because it's true. We all start drawing about the same time. As soon as any of us are strong enough to grip a pencil or grip a crayon or whatever, we start mark making.
Yep.
That's drawing. So as soon as we can, as
soon as your parents put a crayon in your hand, that's day one,
Yep.
It's like,
yep.
Now you might put it down for decades like I did, and then one day just decide when you're 54 years old, you're going to see if you know how to draw.
Right. Yeah.
I wasn't bad for never doing it all that time.
A lot of people have the innate you know, you have the ability. I mean, a lot of people have the ability to sit down and draw. You know what I mean? It doesn't make you an artist, but you can sit down and draw.
Definitely not
You
an
know what I
artist.
mean? But and when I say you, I don't mean you specifically. You know what I mean? I mean that's a generalization. So, you know, a lot of people out there I talk about, you know, why can't, you know, I can't draw a straight line, or I can't draw. Yeah, neither can I without a straight edge. I can't draw a straight line without a straight edge.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I want to? You know what I mean? The thing is people like me, we've just learned how to take a simple line and break it up and bend it into so many shapes and so many ways. And we can add shadings, and we can add some magic touches to it to make a line and a series of lines look like a figure, a form, standing there in the paper, you know, even in 3 dimensions, you know.
Hello, Ashlinks. Welcome to the show. Got Matt Allen watching over on one of your channels. Ashlink is on the Twitch channel.
Matt, I know Matt. That's a good friend of mine.
So you had to go all through Christmas without a computer.
Yeah, I went all through Christmas without a computer. But you know, the thing is what I do is I draw. Of course, I'm always drawing. I've got several projects that I'm working on right now, you know.
So is there anything you can show us that you've done the last couple of weeks that we haven't seen?
Well, I don't,
because you haven't had a computer to post anything.
I mean, I always have stuff that I do. I'm working on a.
Oh, that's for She-York, right?
Yep, for She-York.
Nice.
And right now I'm working on the story for her, and I'm hoping to have that done here soon, in the next month or so, probably. It's pretty epic. I can't. I've got drawings over back on my drawing table back there and everything, and my camera is kind of at a fixed state right now, so I can't like move it around and everything like I would like to do to show what I have. Of course, here's the She-York, because I still like do a lot of hand lettering and stuff as well.
Right.
So everything I do. But yeah, man, you know, and of course my drawings are like out of reach, but I've got that going on. I've got a couple of children's books I'm going to be working on here soon again. I got, I can't talk about those because, you know, NDAs and everything, but
right.
You know, so I have those coming up, and then of course we have the Crom book that we're working on. So I have a lot of stuff coming up, man. It's going to be a very, very busy year, and that's only getting us into early spring, late winter, you know.
Right.
So, plus, of course, you know, with my charity, we've got an event coming up at the end of this month where we'll be making an appearance and everything for the weekend. So that's always fun.
Where's that going to be at?
That's going to be in Battle Creek, and it's going to be at the Masonic Center in the Battle Creek. But it's a 2-day affair. It's like a small Renaissance festival type of a setup. So we're pretty geeked about that because we have a brand new portable stage that my mermaid's dad just built for us, a stage that we can take with us and is portable. And he made a nice bench for her to sit on when she's in, you know, full mermaid get up with her mermaid tail and everything, because you know she can't move around with that on. So got
to have a comfortable place to sit. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So we're pretty excited about that. And we're going to be making a kind of a set that looks like a ship, so that when we go to Comic Cons and everything, we can set this thing up and it'll look like a ship. So my character is a pirate captain, so he'll be on the deck of the ship, and then I'll have the mermaid on the side, and then I'll have Spooky Joe is the ghost, the voodoo ghost guy that comes with us, so he'll be over on the side. So it should be a lot of fun.
I got a little something to show everybody. Check this out.
It's an artist coalition is what it is.
Where's my mermaid? How come I ain't seen
You
my
want us to pretend
mermaid?
It's funny because one of my eyes is still black because
Yeah, you had just got done doing your show, and I was like, and I seen her walking by, and I was like, "Where's my mermaid?"
we just got done with the show, and I have one black eye because the other eye has my patch on the eye,
Right.
so I don't black that one, pirate black. Oh my gosh, I was looking crazy. The thing is about that Comic-Con too, is that whole day, man. After the show, I was walking around looking just as crazy as that right there, because nobody told me that I still had one black eye. You know what I mean? Nobody told me that I still had makeup on and stuff. So I was like walking around, like selling my artwork and everything, and people were coming up, and buying my artwork and everything. And I noticed a few people kind of look at me a little crazy or whatever, but here I am, this crazy guy out there selling my stuff, man. And then at one point I went in the restroom and I looked in the mirror, when you're washing your hands, and I'm like, oh my freaking God, look at what I look like. Just crazy stuff.
Beautiful. Good stuff.
Yeah. But if you're able to, man, come up and see us. You should come up and it's right here in Battle Creek, and come up and hang out, man. If anybody's in the Battle Creek area, I think it's the last weekend of January, come up and see us, man.
Well, that is dependent, of course, upon having somebody give me a ride. If I get Brad or somebody to take me up there, but I myself, I just ain't mobile, man. That's one of the things I'm trying to fix. I was off the grid for a long time, Dan. I just recently got my license back.
Right.
Seriously off the grid for a long time because, obviously look around.
Yeah.
The only thing that brought me back out into the world was the fact that, the coup shut everything down.
Yeah. That killed so much, man. That killed a lot of the things that we were doing with the Captain Wallace Artsy Adventures charity. That shut us down. We couldn't even go into the TV station anymore to make videos or anything to do our TV show. So that really shut everything down for us too. So I'm glad we have that behind us and everything. Although I'm going to say I've seen some things where some people want us to start wearing masks again, and I'm not. I'm going to be telling you, man. I'm not going to be doing it this time. I'm not all about it. So people can say or do whatever they want, but I'm not buying into it.
Right.
So we've been there. We've done that. We're through it. I'm done.
So are you going to be doing the Kalamazoo show?
I talked to Mark. I sent a message to Mark, and I said it's right here in my backyard because so I haven't heard back. He said he was looking into trying to fit us in or something. So I don't know. I guess we'll wait and see what he's thinking.
Right.
So, and the thing is, I know that he doesn't want to have the same people at every one of his shows. So, I get that, that's cool. The thing with me is I'm saying, we're based right here, basically in Kalamazoo. So, it would be wise for him to have us right there because, for one thing,
Yeah.
he would save a little bit of money because you wouldn't have to put us up in a hotel room.
Right.
You know, that's why I told him, I said, you can save a little bit of money because you don't have to pay for the hotel room this time.
And look, if he's got you at the show, you know he's going to get coverage from us. He knows
Yeah.
he's going to get coverage from us.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it's a win-win. You
Yeah.
know, we're talking about Grand Rapids Comic Con. You guys, Mark Hodges, good dude. Look, I go up there, I have a blast. I run around, I talk to everybody, I make little commercial spots and stuff, or interview somebody for a minute. But I'm wanting to be one. I'm wanting to set up like we did in Savannah. You know, bring Chris, do game demos, have a booth,
Yeah.
running
Yeah.
the show live online, and interviewing people and having people come to our booth. You
Yeah.
know, and do little 5-minute, 10-minute interviews and stuff, whatever, and make the madness presence felt. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
yeah, I want to get to that point, man, and I'm working at it, bro.
Well, you know, it's baby steps. I mean, you know, it's things that we have to do. You know, you get to the next level and the next level and the next thing you can do and the next thing you can do, and then finally, before you know it, you're out there doing what you planned to do, and you look behind you and you're like, oh, all those baby steps I took got
Yep.
me here finally. So we're finally doing it. We got it going. You know, so that's you know, it's kind of what we all do, man. You know, all the time. That's how you complete a book. That's how you complete a drawing. That's how you do everything. You know, you take small bites of it as you can. You know.
And you do have the charity, and you do some local PBS TV shows as well.
Yeah, with the PMN station in Kalamazoo is where we do our TV show, and what we do is we bring the kids into the studio, and we show, you know, we have them interact with us in a green room. You know, everybody knows green screen technology and everything, and that's what we use to tell the stories that we tell. And we have our live actors that are in the studio with the kids, and what we do is, before the show begins, we tell the kids what the premise of the show is for that day, and let them know, you know, if Captain says, oh, look at over there and see that old monkey up in the tree or whatever, then they need to react to that. And a lot of times the kids will come up with something on their own too, and of course I'll just incorporate it into the show because, you know, sometimes their stuff is so funny. You know?
And you know it's something that other kids are going to relate to.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely. You know, and the thing is too, is kids can, on the Captain Wallace page on Facebook, you can download coloring pages that I have there, and kids can color those pages, and they can send them in to Captain Wallace into the TV station, and we'll show their drawings and artwork on our show and everything too. So, you know, it's kind of the same kind of a show that I guess that we kind of grew up with as kids, you know, like with Captain Kangaroo and you know, those kind of things, except that I used a little bit more green screen technology and animation work, I think, than those shows did. But yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of fun. And, you know, we were doing the show first, and then I went ahead and built a charity around that so that, you know, we can go out and entertain kids. We entertain kids in schools. We make appearances at schools and hospitals and lots of other venues. And, you know, it's all about, you know, trying to keep the arts alive, you know, for the next generation, you know, because a lot of it is too, because going back to me seeing a lot of kids talking about, And we're not talking about kids. I mean, you have to stop and think. I'm almost 60 years old, so everybody younger than me is a kid to me, right? So it's, you know what I mean? So you can be a 30-year-old man, and I'm still going to call you a kid, or you can be a 40-year-old person, and I'm still going to refer to you as a kid, I'm sure. But I see a lot of these people, and they're talking about wanting to do artwork, and they don't know how to draw or whatever. So what do? They start going right to the computer, and they start using computer programs and everything, thinking that that's going to make their artwork better. I've even seen some people talking on some of the other Facebook pages, amateur comic artists and things like that, talking about, well, my artwork kind of sucks and everything, so I'm just going to start using computer programs to make my artwork better. And it's like, just learn to draw, man. I mean, just sit down and just do what we all did. We spend the time. I've spent years and years and years learning how to draw. I mean, it's what you do. A lot of times where I would be working on a project, trying to get the illustrations done for a book that I had to get done or whatever. And, and I can hear my family out in the living room, laughing and having fun and everything. And I'm stuck, in my office, in my studio, working, drawing what I need to draw, illustrating what I need to illustrate to get the project done. I mean, it's a lot of solitude, and it's a lot of, you're alone a lot of the time, but if that's what you want to do, then this is what you do. I mean, I guess I don't understand people that I don't understand. Here's the thing. I don't understand people that want to draw or they want to be an artist, but they can't really do it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't understand people that want to do a thing, but they have no talent for it. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to sit here and try to make people feel good and everything if they don't have talent. You know what I mean?
Right.
The thing is, if why would you want the added pressure? Okay. I see people call themselves artists all the time, and they shouldn't. A lot of people shouldn't be calling themselves an artist. Just because somebody can draw a little bit doesn't make them an artist. You know what I mean? As far as I'm concerned, when people start calling themselves an artist, then they're actually adding a lot of pressure on themselves to produce.
Right.
Right? So if you're going to call yourself an artist, then you have to be able to produce art. You have to be able to, somebody somewhere, even right now, I'm just a guy sitting here talking, and if anybody tunes in that doesn't know me or whatever, they could be like, wow, that's rich coming from you. You're just sitting there talking. I'm not seeing any artwork from you. Well, the thing is, you can Google my name, Dan Monroe, Daniel Monroe, Daniel Morris Monroe illustrator, whatever. And you'll see tons of pages come up with my artwork on them.
Yep.
Okay. So, the thing is, if you're an artist, if you call yourself an artist, you have to be able to produce art. Why would you put that extra added pressure on yourself when you know deep down inside you really can't produce it? Why? I've never understood that. Here's the thing. I love music. Who doesn't, right? And I would love to be able to play a musical instrument. I would love to be able to. I don't have the aptitude for it. I don't have the talent. I don't have the skill. I just don't have it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm not gonna ever play Guitar Hero and then think I'm a musician.
You know, I used to, when that game came out, I was like, I was watching people spend hours trying to get good at that game. And I was like, you know how good you'd be on a guitar right now if you actually had a goddamn guitar in your hand and you were
That's the
spending
same.
time trying to learn the actual instrument. I didn't get it. I
Yeah,
did not
I
get
mean,
the
it's
attraction at all.
right, exactly. And and as far as I'm concerned, it's exactly the same thing with AI art. It's
Yeah.
exactly the same thing with people who don't really know how to draw, but they want to go on and use computer softwares to create art for them or whatever. It's the same thing.
Yep.
Playing Guitar Hero does not make me a musician. Using AI art does not make somebody an artist. It's exactly the same thing.
It's a fact. Yeah. I'm so anti AI. I mean, I have friends that have actually dropped a couple of made covers, AI covers of their, for their books or their characters or whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, I know too many people that have put in too much time and work to do what they do to promote some keywords typed into an app.
It's a slap in the face, is what it is. It's a slap in the face to every real artist that is in existence. All right, it's just another way for people who have no talent to trivialize
Yeah.
what we
try and get your
do.
money. That's the way I look at it. I look like they kind of just like they don't belong there. They don't belong there as a creator of art because they're not creating anything. They're typing keywords into an app.
Exactly, and
that's not creation.
And the thing is as well as I do, Pops, you've been around artists long enough to know that we get very offended when people trivialize what we do.
Yes.
Because the thing is, being an artist is more than just a title. When we say we're an artist, it's more than just a title. It's who we are. It's what we are. It's when I say to you that I'm an artist, I'm basically telling you exactly what's imprinted on my soul, what I've done my entire life. I mean, I'm 50. Shit, I'm 58 years old, man. I've been doing this thing for ever since I can remember. Some of my first memories are sitting down with crayons in my hand, scribbling out things, scribbling things out, I remember one of the first drawings I did that my mom freaked out over. And she's like, oh my God, that looks like a ghost or whatever. It's like, was I trying to draw a ghost? I don't know. Probably not, because I was probably like 3 or 4 years old, maybe. I don't know, But she freaked out and she thought it was a ghost and it looked great to her. And when I looked at it, I remember when I looked down at it, then I could see it. Then, you know what? Honestly, I started adding things to it from there. And, I've just been drawing ever since, and, like I've said, we put in hours and hours and hours. We are, what do you call it? Not even beyond being professional. We are experts. It is what we do. You know what I mean? So to have somebody else come along and type in, good God, I had a friend of mine, and I think he was trying to make a joke, maybe, I don't know, but it extremely offended me to such a point that I unfriended him and kicked him off my Facebook. Because the thing is I went on one of my rants on my Facebook page talking about AI art, how I personally think it's shit. And So I was at the same time posting my, because I always, when I'm drawing, I'll post photos of myself with my hand in the drawing. You know what I mean? So that people will know it's an actual drawing. It's really art. And so I did that. I posted a drawing on my Facebook page. You can probably find it even of me doing a drawing of she-orc. And my friend came up there and he's like, posts on that post, he posts a piece of shit that he did through AI of me drawing my orc girl character, and it pissed me off just because it was like a slap in the face. I'm like, dude, he's a comic book artist. I would never fucking do that to you. I would never ever trivialize you like that. I would not take your IP and bastardize it in that way. I would not do that to you, you know? And I just couldn't believe that he did that. And I told him, I said, don't you ever post that kind of bullshit on my art posts ever again. Ever.
Yeah.
And I kicked him off. You should have known better. I mean, the thing is, I take my art very seriously. I think that we do.
Well,
if you
most of the
don't,
artists I know take it seriously. See, the
do,
problem
because
for us promoters is that, like, some artists that we know are using AI, and it's like, dude, don't
you
do
kick
that.
them off.
I'm gonna have a hard time promoting you if you do that.
Then you boot them.
You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna have a hard time promoting you
if they're using AI, and if they have to use AI, then they're not an artist. If they have to use it to make their stuff look better, then their stuff is shit.
No, I think what they're using it for is to hurry the process. I think they're trying to speed up the process.
Yeah, you know what? Okay. Fuck that.
Cutting corners.
Then they're missing the point.
Look, do you want the guy building your house to cut corners?
Yeah. No.
That's the bottom line right there.
Yeah.
Do you want the guy putting the roof over your head to cut corners, to maybe only use 8 trusses instead of 14? Do you want that, really? No, you don't. You want the best possible product you can get. Especially as a fan. I want the best I can get. I want the best out of you. I don't want the corner cut. I don't want the, oh, I had to rush on that. Why do you, dude, I hate the final book of The Dark Tower. Hate it.
Yeah.
Because I know dude got sick of hearing people say, when you going to do it? When you going to do it?
Yeah.
And he rushed out some crap.
Yep. Exactly. I'm telling you, I'm exactly right there with you, because The Dark Tower, even Stephen King, even was making fun of himself.
Yeah.
Through that entire series about what a crap writer he is. And he is a crap writer. Y'all can say whatever you want, but he's shit. All right. He wouldn't know horror if it crawled up his leg and bit him on the ball sack. He wouldn't. All right. The guy can write some nice stories. The guy can write some nice stories. He does wonderful character development. His character development, nobody can touch him with character development. All right. His character developments are wonderful. His story premises are okay. But you know what? He always drops the ball on the ending.
Yep.
Always. And Dark Tower, man, that ending should have been like
epic.
It should have been epic. But you know what?
It dwindled away, dude. I was reading it and it was just like, okay, this is getting lamer as we go, instead of building to a crescendo that's gonna fucking smack you.
It's absolutely right. And you know what? The first place that he made his major mistake in that series was when you found out the wizard was not a real wizard.
Really?
That's when he lost it right there.
It's true.
And if you haven't read the Dark Tower series, it's only been out for like 20 years, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
I didn't just spoil anything for you.
and if you do decide to pick it up, just remember when you get to that last that final book, we told you.
Yeah, we told you so.
We
Yeah,
warned you. We gave you a heads up.
exactly. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, but for a guy that's used to dropping the ball, I mean, what can you say? What can you,
Yeah.
what can you do? And then they came out with that horrible movie adaptation of it.
Oh God. See, I didn't even waste my time on that.
I didn't either. I
did
man.
not waste my time on that.
I saw what it was, but then I guess they tried to twist it where it's like, well, it's not actually the Dark Tower; it's actually just the Dark Tower story. It's like
The gunslinger, okay. But not really. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. But I guess I have heard. I guess that they are working on a different adaptation of it.
Oh no! See, the one thing. Okay, if it needs to be done, right? But
well, I would love to see a great adaptation done. I would love to see a great blockbuster with all the money behind it done, if it was done well, and if it was done if they actually use the source material and would use that as the guide and actually tell us the story that's in the source material, and then maybe give it a much better ending.
Yeah, or something.
Something. Yeah. Then that would be great. But I don't know, man. I guess we'll have to wait and see what they do. I thought the Dune movie that came out last year was pretty decent. I liked it.
I haven't seen that one yet either, because I'm a huge Frank Herbert fan, and I'm scared.
Right. No, I get it, but I think you'll like it for what it is. I mean, and then the next part they should. I'm looking forward to the next part of it. So, yeah.
Well, if they left you wanting more, then they did okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I remember the one that they did with the one that everybody saw. Okay.
Yeah, the one with Sting.
I mean, I kind of like that one, except for the way they portrayed the actual weapon of the voice.
Yeah.
I didn't like the way they portrayed it, and they gave everybody those voice amplifier things and all that.
Chop.
Yeah. It's like, come on, man, what are you doing? What are you doing? But other than that, I love the casting and the characters, and it was a good movie. I can watch it again.
It was. I liked the style of it too. I liked the way it looked.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to the next one. Of course, there's going to be a whole game coming out and everything else. I'm kind of looking forward to the game coming out. So,
do you remember the original Dune game? It was like Command and Conquer or whatever. It was the map format. That was
that game was so awesome. Let me tell you about that game. I Westwood Studios put that game out. Okay. Westwood Studios put that game out. They also put out Lands of Lore. All right. So here's how I know that. I was still going. I was in college when I just got out of the Army. So I was in college and everything when Dune 2 came out for PC. And that's what that game was, Dune 2. Right. Nobody ever understood why they called it Dune 2, but that's what they called it. And so anyway, I played that at a friend's house and everything So then years later, when my kids were growing up, I decided to get Lands of Lore because I had played that game before, loved it. So I got that game for the kids and really for myself. But, they were playing it too. And then I wanted Dune 2, but I couldn't get a copy of it. Couldn't find a copy. so I contacted Westwood Studios. Well, I got stuck on Lanzalore one time. So in those days, you could call somebody on the phone and say, "Hey, I'm stuck on this game. Can you tell me how to get unstuck?" Right.
Right.
So I called the game. What do they call those people, man? They call them like the game
Master.
Huh?
Game Master.
Yeah, something like that, right? So, and there was an actual phone number you could call.
Yeah.
So I called, and anyway, after he got me stuck, I got talking to him. I'm like, I said, I love the game Dune 2, man, but I said, I can't find it anywhere, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, it was a really good game, whatever, yakety schmackety. So anyway, we were done talking and we hung up. Do you know that 2 weeks later, dude, I got a package in the mail from Westwood Studios that had a brand new pristine copy of Dune 2 in it with all of the books and everything that went with it, man. Just because I talked to this dude on the phone. So, Westwood Studios was like really the last great gaming studio that really understood gamers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I didn't even ask for it. I didn't even pay them anything for it. It's just that I showed such an interest in that game that they just actually just sent me the game for free, man. It was just incredible, They, gaming studios just don't give a shit anymore. They don't do that anymore.
Right.
But I mean, I'm an old gamer, so I love that kind of stuff. The kids nowadays don't know what gaming is. Just like
No, I hear you.
Of course, I'm old enough to remember when MTV was still about it was still about music.
No. I can remember the day.
Yeah.
Okay, we had a party. An actual party for the launch of MTV. People at the house, 4 different TVs. And back in that day, if you had 4 TVs, your friends brought theirs over.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't have 4 TVs in your house, okay?
No,
your friends brought them over, and they brought their coax cables and their splitters. And because, not every, it's like it had to be somebody's house who had cable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? So we had to find the right house first because not everybody afforded cable back then.
Right.
And then it was like, everybody meet, bring your TVs, bring all your shit, and keg of beer and a bunch of teenagers. And video killed the radio show, just like that.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly right, man.
Just that quickly.
It really did. That shows, but see, that right there shows you too how quickly something can kill something. And I think that everybody, going back to AI art, I mean, because it's a real pet peeve of mine. I absolutely hate it. And everybody who actually draws, if you're an actual artist and you actually still use one of these, a pen or paper, or you actually use fucking paint brushes, and if you're actually painting on canvases, and if you're actually drawing on paper, and if you're actually spending hours and hours and have spent hours and hours honing your craft, then you need to be wary and you need to be fighting against AI art however you can, whenever you can. And if you're a person, and you know what, people are going to hate me for saying this, some of the things I'm going to say, and they're probably going to hate me for saying some of the things I've already said concerning AI art. But if you have to use AI art and call yourself an artist, then you're bullshit. You're shit.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care what you think. I couldn't care less, because you know what? At the end of the day, when I draw my art, when I make what I make, even if it's crap, at least it's my crap.
And it's real. It's something you actually
real crap.
grew. It's real. This is one of the things that people forget, man. You know, there's a lot. There's a lot of really good stuff out there. Um, I'm not watering it down with trying to figure out what's real and what ain't. Don't bring me the fake shit. You know, that's me right from the get go. Don't even bring me the fake shit.
I mean, you know, why would anybody again, why would anybody put that pressure on themselves to produce? Why would it when they don't have the ability? Why would somebody produce AI art and then try to take the accolades for doing great art? Why? Why would you do that? Because you know what? That's an empty accolade. Every time when you do AI art, if you use AI art and somebody says, "Oh my God," they lose their mind. "Oh my God, that's just an amazing piece of art. You know, you're an amazing artist." No, they aren't. Number one, no, they aren't. You know, and even if they are taking that accolade, it's very, very empty because they had to know within themselves that they did not use any talent or any expertise or any skill at all in creating that piece of shit.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You're using somebody else's base art, a whole bunch of somebody else's base art, and it's getting mashed all together, and you're getting a result based on keywords you typed into an app. I'm sorry, I type all day. This does not make me an artist.
I mean,
I don't care what words I'm typing or where I'm typing them. I type all day. That doesn't make me an artist. The words you typed into an app do not make you an artist.
I mean, just like I said before, I can play Guitar Hero, but it does not make me a musician. It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no difference.
100%. We're almost to the top of the hour. I'm going to go ahead and have you give everybody where they can find you and stuff and play a few ads, and then I got more work to do.
All right. Sounds good, man. You know, let me show you something real quick though before we do that. Check this out. This is my Wacom pad that I've been using for the past 12 years. All right.
Right.
And you see how big it is. I got the Wacom 12 by 12.
Yeah.
12, 13, maybe, Jesus, man, even longer than that ago. But anyway, this art pad has helped me make a lot of artwork over these years. So now, but the drivers are not compatible with the computer that I have,
Right.
my brand new computer, because it's so old and everything. So now I've gone down to this little bitty thing.
Wow.
So yeah, so I'm going to be learning this little bitty thing and seeing if it does. You know, really all I use Photoshop for, besides making books and everything, is for my coloring. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because when I like this right here, when I draw it and when I ink it, then I'll bring it into all of the artwork. I'll bring into Photoshop then, and I'll lay the colors in that way. I'll flat them in, and then I'll finish them that way and everything. And we do that so that we can just go ahead and send it to the printer and get it printed off. You know what I mean? So, right. But anyway, I was just wanted to show that because I just thought it was funny because I'm going from a really huge pad down to this itty bitty thing now, and it's just going to be a little thing for me to learn here. So hopefully by the next week, when I do my next show, I'll be able to have OBS Studio compatible with StreamYard here, so that I can show, so that I can draw on camera again,
right,
and show what I'm doing and show you that I'm not a hypocrite. I actually am an artist.
I was going to say, well, I know that because I've seen you draw.
Everybody's seen my stuff. They got to know.
I was going to say, if you have issues and you need somebody who uses OBS to maybe bounce off what's up, Christy Shin, she does the lunch hour at 3 o'clock today. Maybe hit her up after her show. if you're still having issues, and she might be able to help you get it figured out.
I think I know what I did though. I think when I downloaded the program again, I think I told it the wrong thing. I think I told it that I was just going to be recording and I wouldn't be streaming, and then I think that's what it.
Right.
I think that's what it is. So I'm just going to have to. Switch. Yeah, I'm going to have to uninstall it and then reinstall it so I can tell it the right thing. So.
All right, let me know. You know, we got you. Good talking to you again, Dan. I'll be in touch about other things.
Hell yeah, man.
You know what's good. All right, man. Thanks everybody. Thanks for watching. Gonna play a couple of ads on the way out, just because we got good people that we work with or that submit good stuff to us. Have you seen this trailer for Mythicals, Dan?
Let's see.
Dude, watch this one. This one's badass. I'm just saying.
In a world where creatures of myth and legend exist, a covert task force is charged with keeping humanity safe from supernatural threats. And when young Nancy Moon stumbles into the eternal battle between good and evil, she finds... Oh my God, will you shut up? What's happening? Agent Beckett here. Aren't you tired of stuff like that? Want something different? Roll the tape. Whoops. Sorry about that. That's a song I'm writing for my ex. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's more like it. Alrighty. Welcome to the world of the Mythicals. We have it all. Monsters. Magic. Government agents. He's the strong silent type. This guy. Ugh, gross, dude. Get some kind of cream or something. Lots of 90s style action. Pew pew pew. And that strong female lead alluded to earlier. Not to mention a dashing field commander with a great sense of fashion. Look at those glasses. South River Studios presents The Mythicals, Issue 1. Buy it, if you dare. Ugh, will you can it already? How'd you get free? Now beat it before I lose my cool. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today. Like right now.
Sign up today on Indiegogo.
Is that badass or what?
Yeah, that's nice. I like it. I'll be back on camera. I got my cat in my lap.
Oh, cat gives you the right hook. Love it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He doesn't like it when I talk when I'm holding him.
Shut up.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to play a couple more ads. I'm going to be out of here. Thanks for hanging out, Dan.
Hell yeah, man. Always.
Take it easy, yo. Peace, everybody.
America's southern border has become a war zone. Human traffickers, drug smugglers, and terrorists flow across the Rio Grande with impunity, secure in the knowledge that no one will stop them. A distant federal government lectures Americans on their privilege while punishing overworked Border Patrol agents who were helpless to stem the tidal wave of invaders and determined migrants. Second-generation Cuban-American Marcos Zamora is a military vet, more patriotic than most Americans. No longer able to ignore the chaos at his doorstep, he acts. Joined by his best friend Gus, they hit the border every night, saving lives while stopping violent drug cartels and other opportunists. The government reacts with fury at Marcos' attempts to preserve American sovereignty, deploying the full might of their enforcement agencies. But Marcos understands that the only thing the rich and powerful fear is bad publicity, and he records every encounter. Whoever he is, this private American must be stopped. Illustrated by Richard Bonk and written by Eisner winner Mike Barron, Private American is his version of Captain America, and maybe a little Punisher, taking part in this ongoing, violent, and very real battle of good versus evil in the war for American sovereignty. Grab your copy at theprivateamerican.com.
We have a secure border, and that is a priority for our administration.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals.